Hello everybody, and welcome back to everyone's favorite series, Space Engine. Well, that's actually not true. My species videos are more popular, but I do these more often because, well, they're easier to do and they're fun. Anyways, we got a large roster today of things to do. I have my list from the last two episodes that I need to catch up on of places to go and things to see. Got some topics to talk about, all that fun stuff. So let's, jump right into it, I suppose. First up on my list here is Kepler 452b, also known as Earth's older cousin. Well, that's just kind of its nickname, or its twin, or whatever. Nobody knows for sure its environment, but it seems to be very similar to Earth. Oh. No, I don't want to do those. I'm going to go to Kepler. Kepler 452. 452b. Hey, it is there. Good. And away we go. What we have here is a planet, a temperate Terra. It's bigger than Earth. Yeah. Nice. Now again, we don't actually know its environment. We just know that its location and whatnot are very similar to Earth's. So that is always exciting. What's the info on this? Apparent size, phase, planet. It most certainly is a planet. I should hope so, anyways. Ah. Ah, it's lovely. And it has, well, auroras. Now, I'm still using the beta. I think the new version came out. I need to update to that. I'm not entirely sure. But I'll look into that later. What else is going on here? IC1101. So I made some comment to go to the black hole in IC1101. I'm pretty sure it's not that exciting, but hey, why not? Because IC1101 actually is the largest galaxy known. So, I wonder if I just land? Fwa. Where am I? I don't know where I am, guys. What's that? It's an orange dwarf. Let's go that direction. Oh, what to talk about? Oh, hey, so I was in the black hole. Cool. I'll turn around and get back to that. I think I've mentioned before my absolute hatred for, like, reboots and remakes in the film industry because it shows how necrotic Hollywood's become. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've mentioned that. However, there are a couple shows, and I'm trying to think, there's at least two, that I've always said that that I would be okay with a reboot because it could work. Oh, and I actually forgot what they were. I forgot what one of them was. What was it? I have a list somewhere. Anyways, one of them on that list has always been Lost in Space. And there actually was an attempt at a reboot in, I think, 2003. It only lasted one pilot episode. It was actually pretty good. It was directed by John Woo, the same guy who did, like, Broken Arrow and whatnot. Love him, he's awesome. And I actually really liked it, but it wasn't picked up. It just stayed as a dead pilot. I like how we can see that one dwarf from the black hole, but nowhere else. But that's like the only star we can see from inside the black hole. Anyways, but this is important because there actually is a reboot of Lost in Space being made, and I'm actually excited for it. It's going to be a Netflix series. It's going to have 10 episodes, and it's going to be starting in 2018. So I'm actually quite happy about that, because Lost in Space was a lot of fun, and although they'll probably destroy it and make it, edgy and gritty and gross and stupid, but I'm gonna hold out hope that they maintain some of the fun drama comedy aspect, because it was a lot of fun. I love that show, and I actually really enjoyed the movie too, but not a lot of people did. All right, next up on our list is not that. J1407. Yeah, okay. 07B actually. 07 I guess we'll just go there and find out. Go. Whoa, I forget why I was told to go here, but we're gonna go here anyways, because why not? Shoomp. Look at that, isn't that fantastic? They're like galaxies. Back to the Milky Way. That's just so damn beautiful. And B, alright. Somebody told me to go here because, oh, I think I know why. I think this is the planet with the ludicrous ring system. Oh, Jesus Christ, I was right. Oh man, that is beautiful. Dude. See, now this is... I love this game so much. Like, look at this ring system. Holy hell. Does it have any moons? Oh, I guess it wouldn't, because all of its moons are, you know, ring particulate. That is bonkers. I wonder if I can get into the rings. Unless the rings are, no, they are in fact particulate. Oh, I think I'm... time lapse is going too far. Or they're just broken. I'm not sure. There's so much of them the game can't compensate or comprehend. Aw, man, this is just... Okay, minus the glitching, I'll see that. This is majestic. Holy hell. Whoever it was who suggested this, I forgot your name, but thank you. This has been a fantastic experience. Oh man, I'm liking this. Well, actually, in the topic of games, I pre-ordered my copy of No Man's Sky, so that's going to be exciting. I'm actually glad it was postponed, because it gave me time to, well, to get the pre-order, so I'm going to get a special ship and all that. It's going to be awesome. And a lot of my friends are also getting it, so the first few videos of it will probably be group videos, where I have other people. But hey, that's always fun. Oh man, look, this is so cool. Oh, and we crashed into the planet. Wow. I don't want to leave, this is nice. But I have to. Up next on our itinerary. They're gonna go away. Oh, wrong one. Nope. Screw off. There we go. Okay, we're going to Igliza. Or I should say just a star in the Igliza registry. 451... 451B? I'm not seeing a 451. Come on. I'm confused. Did I say Dennis? Oh my god, it does say Dennis. I love it, but not right now. Let's try that again. Please. 451? No. 451? No. 451. 1 second. Maybe I'm just dumb, but I can't seem to find it in the exoplanet registry. Oh, this leaves a 581, because I know that's a real place. Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go to there, because I know that's real, but I can't find these of 451. Ah, look at that. Temperate ice giant. Oh, quite big and lovely and majestic. I like majestic things. Anyways, I was also told, or asked, to go to the largest planet known to man. So I dug through the exoplanet registry, and I don't know if it's actually in the game, but I did find the currently, you know, largest known exoplanet. Because I know I was like Jupiter's largest one in our solar system, but oh my god, it might actually exist. Oh my god, it does actually. It is in the registry. Cool. Trieste 4. Well, this is the star. What's the planet around it? Curious 4b. Oh, yeah, there we go. Yeah, because I was reading about it. It's very, very, very big. It's bigger than Jupiter by large amounts. Dun 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 dun. Oh, that's pretty damn cool. Helium and hydrogen. That's so... Well, of course it would be. Yeah, so there you go. It is quite large. Let's go to the equator. Let's see, I'm traveling 70% the speed of light, and the planet still doesn't, you know, it's not that. Traveling at the speed of light, or roughly around there. This is how, like, it's a really big planet. That's impressive. Whoa. And its star. And its swirly bit. Oh, they actually discovered a new, or another storm on Neptune. It's like when Voyager flew by, or Voyager 2 flew by Neptune in the 70s, it had a big black spot on it, which was a giant tornado storm weather system. But it dissipated a long time ago. But a lot of pictures of Neptune still have the dark spot on it, because it was a very nice feature. And without cloud features, Neptune and Uranus look almost indistinguishable, except for like color tone. But they've actually, being a gas giant, actually technically it's an ice giant because it's a big ball of like ices and stuff. It has weather, active weather, so things form and come and go. There was a spot that formed on it a few years ago, but it dissipated. But now there's another one. It's a giant black, like a mountain of a cloud, and it's followed, and it's actually next to another a large white cloud because it's like a low or high pressure system. It's really cool. Whoa. I feel like I'm talking about something else. Oh no, wait, no. I'm on track. I talked about Lost in Space because it was awesome. I've done my itinerary of places and things to go. I am now under the clouds of this rather severe planet. I have now crashed into the quote-unquote surface of the planet. I'm going to say it's the liquid metallic hydrogen layer that I can't get through. Oh, ain't this nice? I was actually talking with someone about statistics the other day, and it's actually quite interesting because oh, by the way, if anyone gets offended easily because of religion or whatnot, this conversation might make that happen, but not intentionally, mind you. Anyways, statistics, because, you know, I've been talking, well, a lot recently with other people and stuff about like the chances of life existing on other planets and existing on our planet even, and how it's like it is quite unlikely for it to happen, and people might see that as being evidence for a god or whatnot, but if you look at the statistics, like actual, like the math and numbers, it actually doesn't make. Well, actually, it makes quite. How am I gonna say this? It makes sense, but that it would happen, and it's also understandable. There we go. My brain had a complete implosion there. Anyways, or like, you know, the concept of evolution. It's like, you know, how could such complex creatures evolve, or how could DNA even evolve or be formed, or how could life just end up on a planet? And one of the best ways to think about it would be a slot machine. So like, let's say you have a slot machine that has four, like, you know, a slot machine like the usual four things, and you have one chance. You can only, you know, pull it once, and you have to get a jackpot, like the absolute jackpot. What are the chances of that happening? It's almost non-existent. It's very, very, very unlikely. Now, let's imagine you had a room that had these same slot machines, but you had about 1 billion of them, and you know, pulled on them all at once. What are your chances of winning the jackpot then? It's much higher. In fact, it's almost a statistic possible, like, you know, a statistical certainty that you will get it at least once. Now imagine you have trillions of slot machines. The chances of you not getting the jackpot at least once or multiple times is now actually impossible, according to the math anyways. And this is basically how it works. It's like the reason why life exists here and probably exists elsewhere is because there are a lot and a lot and a lot of places and chances for it to happen. But for every planet it does happen, there are going to be billions where it doesn't. So, again, from our point of view, it looks miraculous and spectacular, but it actually makes sense because if you think about it, if life didn't arise here, we wouldn't know. It's like the fact that we do exist doesn't mean that it's miraculous, it just means that we're intelligent and we exist. Because on all the billions of planets where life didn't form, there's no one there to say, see, look, it didn't happen here, because there's no one there. They're just dead planets. But like when you look at the universe and the massive amount of planets and stars we have, it's like our galaxy alone has 200 to 400 billion stars. I think it's 200 billion at last count, roughly around there. And most of the stars seem to have planets, and a lot of those planets we've found so far actually could be potentially habitable, depending on environmental conditions and whatnot. So there are a lot of, like in our galaxy alone, there are a large number of places where it could, for life could happen. Granted, we can't. Oh, shit, I saw that. Where'd you go? Ah. Well, I'll find it. Anyway, it's like there's a large number of places for, the chemistry to, and the conditions to all kind of fall into place, or basically for the slot machine to hit jackpot. So that, it makes sense that life would arise in our galaxy, actually multiple times, because there's probably trillions and trillions of individual planets in our solar system alone, or in our galaxy alone, not solar system. And of course, that only talks about carbon-based life, like what where we live. Mostly we look for carbon-based life because it's the only form of life we've been able to observe, and also environmental conditions like Earth. However, conditions like Earth doesn't always mean, like, you don't have to have conditions like Earth for life to exist. It's like we like to find planets that are in the habitable zone of their star where liquid water can form, but that doesn't necessarily mean that life can only exist in that zone. For example, Europa is not in the sun's habitable zone, yet it's a pretty high, it's pretty high on the list of places where we may find life. Or Titan, for example. Titan is nowhere near the habitable zone, but it probably, or it not, well, it depends. It may also actually have life as well. So you have to think about, like, what kind of life we're looking like. If we're looking for life like us, then trying to find the habitable zone, sure. But if we're trying to find life in general, then the habitable zone of a star is actually far bigger than you would think. Because, like, you can have a moon or a planet that's far outside of the habitable zone, but could have a liquid ocean under its surface because of heating and whatever. Or you could have life, like on Titan, potentially, that exists and uses liquid methane instead of water, and breathes hydrogen instead of oxygen, like these kind of things. So it's quite interesting because I love it because this also adds more variable to like the numbers and the statistics that point to life existing in the galaxy actually far higher than if you just counted only planets like Earth. And that also doesn't account for like life based on other chemicals, possibly silicone, metalloids. I've always been fond of phosphorus. It seems to be a good candidate for a genetic code or molecule like it. But that's just me. So it's like, the range for life to exist is actually quite high overall. However, you have to look at the galaxy as a whole for that number to be high. It's like, if we were to look at planets within 10 light years of our sun, the chances are actually quite low because, well, it's not a large enough sample size for the numbers to get bigger. But the more chances you have to roll the dice, the higher your chances. And also, galaxies. There are other galaxies. In fact, there are galaxies that have more stars than our galaxy probably has planets. Like, IC 1101 has trillions of stars, and if all of those have planets, or most enough planets, we are talking about trillions and trillions and trillions of planets. And then if you count all of the galaxies in the observable universe, we are looking at a number of planets that exist that is so astronomically high that the chances that life doesn't exist elsewhere in the universe, like hundreds and hundreds of times, is practically zero. In fact, it is zero at this point, because it's just like the throws of the dice are just so high. It's like if you have like 40 dice and you roll them all at once, the chances of you getting a 3 are almost a certainty, at least on at least one of those dice. So it's wonderful. Numbers and statistics are just fantastic, but they can also be really depressing, because according to the statistics, it's more likely that we're living in a simulation than are actually real, and that's a little distressing to me. But hello, what have we here? Weird little irregular galaxies. Oh. And this is just, wow, galaxies. But yeah, so I love statistics. I love the math of the universe, and it's so cool if you think about it. It's like literally in our galaxy alone, there are trillions of planets where, basically a roll of the dice of conditions. So there's a pretty good chance of there being other life in our own galaxy. And then if you look at the universe as a whole, it's almost a certainty. I have to say almost, because it isn't 100%, but it's so close to 100% that you could basically just say 100% and get away with it at that point. What is that? I wonder, where's our Milky Way? Milky Way is that direction. Well, let's go back. I don't know. I absolutely love it. Also, but this I've actually used this when talking. Well, anyone have any faith really? If they get aggressive and start saying I'm going to go to hell for this or that, or because I don't believe in their particular religion, and it's like, dude, chill. I respect your beliefs, but you don't have to get offensive or like aggressive about it. But if they keep talking, and then I do the statistics again, and it's like looking at the number of gods that humans have created and the number of separate religions that humans have created, the chances of your specific denomination, of your specific religion being the correct one is basically zero. Or it's not basic. It's very, very low. It's very unlikely. And then they get mad at me, and then I say, alright, whatever, and stop talking, because no one's going to win that argument. But it's just food for thought. It's like, don't talk shit about somebody else's beliefs or religion, because again, it's like statistically, it's like the chances of your faith being the correct one aren't all that good. And if you don't believe in a god or religion, then don't be an ass to religious people because it's just common courtesy. It's like, don't attack people for no reason. If they want to believe in God, go for it. As long as it's not hurting anybody, that's perfectly fine. But that does not mean you have to be an asshole to them. I used to be like that. In high school, I was like a very aggressive atheist, and I regret that because it's so uncalled for. It's like berating someone because of their religious belief is just, it's so stupid. And I feel bad for when I used to do that to people. Oh well. I don't anymore. I'll like talk about it and occasionally make fun of it, but I don't berate people for believing in it. Then again, I make fun of myself too, so it really doesn't matter. Anyways, because hey, I don't know. There could be a god for all I know. Hey, if we are living in a simulation, then whoever made the simulation technically is a god to us. So, according to the math, that's probably the correct religion. Oh, that's actually a really weird thought. Anyways, it's 24 minutes. I need to end this and go do other stuff, and actually work on some stuff. So yeah, I'll get back to you guys later. More videos to come. Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and space.